Alright, we should be live. Sorry, the ceiling is leaking. It's pouring rain outside, and one spot is dripping. So I have a thing to catch it, but it makes a very loud sound every time it does. Hey, the weekly announcements are here. Alright, so it's Midweek Magic. It is the Brawl Builder Challenge, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that I actually did build a deck already for this. Because I thought it was going to be last week's Midweek Magic, so I built the deck in preparation for it, and then it wasn't. It was some, pauper timeless thing or something that I was not going to bother building a deck for, so... So yes, we have a Codis deck. So there's actually an entire deck tech for this deck already on my channel. And a few sample games that we played with it, if you're curious about all the cards in it. We can probably go over it again at the end if I have time, but it's already kind of late for me. Like, it's almost midnight, so I just want to pop in and get to the games. Like, I didn't even look at this hand, and I should have, because this hand is kind of slow. And missing green mana aside from the Arcane Signet, so... Alright, they have an Athari of the Consuls. Oh good, a Hopeful Initiate. Well, I'm gonna have to kill that idiot now, otherwise it's going to destroy my fancy artifact. Really need to draw an untapped land next turn, so that way I can Torpor Orb to shut down that thing, and... not her, but... Also, they seem to have not drawn... Oh! Huh. Did they just take a mono white deck and start playing with it? I'm starting to think that's what they did here. Alright, well. They don't currently have anything to help their one guy, so... Oh, but they spent the energy on it, so... Alright. Oh, I played out Torpor Orb last turn instead of Arcane Signet. I feel silly now. I genuinely thought I played out Arcane Signet. Alright, so I'm gonna need, Tidebinder here to stop their thing. To stop their other thing. Guide of Souls, they don't have enough for it, right? Alright. So we're still gonna counter Hopeful Initiate's thing here. Oh, right, my guy doesn't have a comes to playability either, so I don't get to counter it, and now they can blow up my artifact. Wow, this is just terrible all around. I'm sorry, I got very distracted. Sure, draw your card. Actually, no, they're not gonna cast a blue or red spell because they're a mono white deck. I guess we pay the one then. But yeah, now they can just remove the two counters. Oh, it's getting the counters because of the young hero roll, not because of its own thing. So, yeah, even if I were trying to counter, I wouldn't have been able to. We're still attacking with everybody into my 3-2. Okay. I'm down. Kill that. Do your thing. Yep. Well, if they're not going to destroy my stuff, I guess I'm casting Codis then. I don't know why they wouldn't destroy my only source of green mana, but I appreciate that about them. I think it's their most endearing quality. I was gonna say, if they have, a swords or something... Okay. It's already tapped. Oh, destroy target tapped creature, yeah. Alright. Well, I'm basically dead, because I'm going to 3 here, and they have a 2-power creature. And my stuff's going to enter tapped. Hey. Can't really attack here. I'm going to 1, so basically anything kills me. Alright. I guess technically 2 things kill me here, because Mana Drain's stopping the first one. Target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, scry 1. Sure. You got it? Okay. Alright, so they have a bunch of creatures for me to eat, right? Okay. Super care about that one yet. That one. Oh, I don't actually have a forest in play, right. That's not a dual land. Okay, let's see if they block. Good, they did block. Lunarch Veteran. Oh hey, they do have other colors in their deck. It's +2/+0. Sure. I was genuinely beginning to believe that they built a mono white deck and just changed the commander to meet the daily requirements. Okay, eat God of Souls. Not dead after all. Okay, let's cast Pock. Probably don't need that against their super low-to-the-ground aggro deck. We'll leave that on top, though. Ooh, an Ocelot Pride. Doink. Mine now. I mean, I'm kind of low on life, so we'll counter that. Yeah, 4 lands, fine. Let's eat Hired Claw. And yeah, let's eat the Hopeful Initiate too. Ooh, cool. The Griffinary and the Soul Warden. I can't gain the life off of the Soul Warden, though. Alright, they've had enough of my shenanigans now. Okay, so bad keep. Land ho. But our opponent had a terrible draw, apparently. And our first thing is a rare that we had 4 of, so we get 20 gems. Okay, let's see what our second opponent has to offer. It's the Atomic Panda Bomb. Well, we have green mana in the opening hand this time, so... Hey. Yeah, this is the one where I need to have multiple lands in play for it to enter untap, so... I've not drawn a third land yet, and it looks like my Birds of Paradise might be dying. Might be buying. Buy something, Birds of Paradise. Alright. That kinda sucks. Alright, Chrome Mox, exile a red card. Red card they've chosen to exile is Pinnacle Monk. Okay. Oh, that's not an untapped land, so that's awkward. Hey, well, let's start eating their graveyard at least, so that way their commander doesn't do anything. Beginning of your first main phase, you may discard a card if you do exile the top 2 cards of your library. Yep, seems good. Chosen not to discard anything. Alright, let's exile one of their non-creatures. Perfect. Alright, go get him, Scavenging Ooze. I believe in you. Alright, so they discarded Seasoned Pyromancer. Now they have access to Monument of Endurance. That's terrible for me. Let's just get rid of Seasoned Pyromancer now. Oh, hey, land. Alright, so... Well, I kind of need black mana more right now, and I have blue and black through my other things. Alright, get Ranger class online, make the 2/2. And pass turn. It's either that or harden scales and just try and grow the Scavenging Ooze, but we're already doing that, so... What do we hit? Agmakin, Artisan, and Embreth. Okay. Draw a card. Get that guy out. Probably not attack with their commander anymore. Does not have a great attack. Alright. Time to start eating graveyards. None of these have activated abilities. Alright, we'll hit the big dragon then. And we'll get the lightning axe. Ordery grave. Oh no, wait. It's green, so it has to be this one. Yeah, I think we wait just a little bit longer. Discarded Orabrask. So I take one, they're going to draw another card. Ooh, Bergie's real bad. And I haven't drawn, like, any interaction yet. So... Okay, let's eat Orabrask. And, yeah, let's go ahead and eat that and give that thing some counters. Go to my turn. There we go. Hey, let's get my commander online. That way we can start rumbling with him. Discarded the talent. Arid Mesa and Tunnel Grinder. This is the first land they've hit so far, I think. Maybe they hit one other one, but they decided not to. Oh yeah, Castle Embreth like a while ago. So play the Arid Mesa, crack it, go get a land. Helm of the Host. Oh, that's going to be problematic in a little bit. Yep. Alright, let's eat at sushi. Let's get Codis working. My turn. Ah, there's a Terra Sunder. Perfect. Alright, so let's see how Mono Red deals with my constantly growing card-stealing commander. Pretty sure they're going to have to just start chump blocking here. Well. And yeah, we're just going to hold up Terra Sunder to get rid of the Helm if they equip. Like, I kind of want to get rid of the other thing, but... Oh, wait, they discarded a land. Control legendary... Oh. No, they had Bergie. They could do that. Alright, so they have another land. Gonna deal me a damage, that's fine. Get a treasure off Bergie. You play their commander or equip the Helm. Yeah, that's going to be a no for me on that one. I'm not dealing with infinite Bergies there. I'm not dealing with any Bergies. That's convenient. I can cast creatures from the top of my deck. Yeah, it's still worth. Ooh. Can't actually cast Murderous Rider here, though. It discarded Seize. It Charming's... Wait, is Charming Scoundrel what they hit? Reckless Handling. Okay. Mountain. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay. Big and scary. They hit a Braid and... Oh. So they're going to abrade my thing. Yep. That's fine. Just go ahead and get rid of Bergie then. Counters up here. Okay. Yep. So whatever they tutor for, they're going to discard here. Which triggers their monument again. Take one. Draw a card. Alright, draw him. Nowhere to run is on top. Well, they're basically hot committed to chumping this for the rest of time now. You cannot take the hit from this. You have to block. Alright. We're going to swift end that because that is their discard outlet right now. So without another way to discard cards, they don't have a way to trigger their thing. So yeah, they're going to discard to her. That's true. Ooh. Yeah, it might just be dead here. Alright, let's get rid of Party Thrasher. Gain a life. Because they're going to discard a card. They have to make the treasure token, but they get to deal me a damage here. How does she work exactly? Enters discard up to 2 cards whenever it attacks. If there are 7 more cards in your graveyard, exile a card at random from your graveyard. Alright, so... we can respond to the trigger, but we don't actually... So... make sure we get rid of things they can cast here. They have 3 mana, so... Reckless Handling might kill me. But yeah, I think we get rid of the Construct and hope they hit something they can't cast here. They hit Delina. Okay. Lock there. My turn, draw that. Top card is Rogue's Passage. Alright. Well, on the bright side, again, they really can't not block here. I'm Pretty sure that kills them. Just by casting all the spell. Okay. I'm not the boss of them. Maybe they can't kill their own 1/4? I don't know. Alright, cast Ragavan. Access the Troublemaker, Lightning Bolt, Valakut. Oh, there's a Fury. So yeah, we're casting Fury to kill their guy. Yeah, we're casting that. We're gonna Lightning Bolt their face. Yeah, I kind of want that one to stay in exile, that they can't cast it next turn. And cast Inti, and yeah, sure. Cast Thrill. We will discard Call of the Ring here. And decline on the others. And pass turn. Alright. Let's see, we want to go black. 1. Kill her before she gets to attack. Then I need to gain a bunch of life, so exile him, gain a life. Exile Trumpeting Carnosaur, some life. They have any other creatures in their graveyard? No, so we're going to sack their goblin. And then eat their goblin. Alright. I want to eat the Facebreaker. Just in case they've drawn a 2-point burn spell or something. Alright. Oh, there's the big score. So they get to make an extra treasure token. They discard anything else I can eat. No. Alright. Also, I'm out of green mana anyway. Moment. Alright. So if they found 3 damage, I'm dead. Hospia, hello. Welcome to the channel. Ooh. They can copy Fury? But it's only creatures or planeswalkers, so yeah, they can kill their Fury and yeah, that's fine. Hang on. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Okay. So, didn't want to cast that on either of their 2 guys, but yeah, that'll do. Oh, they almost had it. That was insane not blocking Codis there. Waxen Shape Thief. Did not have a playset of that thing yet. So, hooray. It's fine. Hey, it's Zergo. Hi, Zergo. How are you? Well, we have Sunken Hollow, Verdant Catacombs, and Sylvan Caryatid, and Cold Steel Heart. Okay. Sounds good to me. So I have Talent and Sobsunin, so... keep that 7. So this is probably breeding pool for our fetch land next turn, regardless of what I wind up doing after that. Alright, Stadium Headliner's fine. Yeah, I think this is breeding pool. There's nothing else I can get that would come into play untapped, right? Big Off Triome, Woodlands. Nope. Alright, so breeding pool. Pay 2 life. Cast the Caryatid. Hopefully draw land next turn. Oh, that's not a white mana source, so they're not slamming Zergo this turn. Or Death Touch is not great for me right now. Yep. Oh good, we did draw another land. It is comes into play tap land, which is a little unfortunate, but... Alright, so we have black-green, black-blue, blue-green, and mana of any color. I mean, most of the time I need green more than anything else, but... certainly possible. I could have played another... could have picked another color there, and it would have been correct. The fact that we currently have 3 different blue sources makes me inclined to pick green just because that is the color I normally need the most of. Back in with everybody? Yep, makes sense. Oh, I'm still blocking the 1/1 here. If they have a thing, I'm gonna be sad, but... I'm assuming this is just get in for some damage. And we're gonna slam Sobsunin next turn. And then they're probably going to concede, because... Sob will be online, and then we'll be able to play Kotis after that. And then I'll have 2 different indestructible creatures. And with Innkeeper's Talent, Sob's just going to always be online. The thing? Nope. Okay. Also that will also keep her online. But yeah, here's my frog goddess. I'm pretty sure your red, black mana available right now is not stopping her. And if you had a way to edict me, you probably would have edicted away the Sylvan Caryatid, so that just leaves an exile effect in hand. Have it. On a blackout. Worthy cause. Okay. And that puts a creature in their graveyard, so they actually make a token now with their other thing. Alright. Continue then. Oh. Hey, I got the Soul Cauldron. How you doing? Yeah, we'll just leave up that instead of counterspell mana. Oh, now they can finally cast Zurgo. Won't be making any tokens for a while, but they can finally cast Zurgo. There he is. Hey, my Carryat, it has the ability to sacrifice itself to deal damage equal to the total number of creatures I control. Yep, I take it the 2. Well, here's Codis. You have a very narrow window before this becomes a dire threat to you. Use it wisely. Okay. I assume we're doubling up on triggers. Get 4 bodies. That'd be the double triggers one? Yeah. They might have to drag that one to the roots. Yeah, I don't know what your mono red mana, like your singular red mana, is going to do here that's going to save Zurgo and kill my stuff, but my indestructible guy and my hexproof guy are really curious to find out right now. Hey, it's Massacre Girl. He's fun. Should definitely take 6 here. Okay. I literally, I agree with that decision, but it amuses me. It's like, no, you should take 6 here, and let me just cast the top, like, however many cards off of your deck. Because this is a situation that you can live through. Yeah, he's now Ward 1, Indestructible, and 5 toughness. So we're in Swords to Plowshares or Go Home territory right now. And if you let me on top with him, he's never going to be vulnerable again. Yep. You are correct, opponent. That is the situation we find ourselves in. Death and Power. Because I finally cast enough zombies with Codas. Alright, so let's see what our fun style is. Ooh, we actually got one of the sleeves that I don't have. Take that. That's way better than the random card styles that make me motion sick if I stare at them too much. Alright, so that was Codas. So I guess we can go over his deck real quick, since that was only 40 minutes. But yeah, I did do another video with him where I showed the final decisions that went into making him and the final build. But just in case you don't want to go digging up that video. So, Dive Down protects him from things that target him and also negative toughness effects. Golem's Bite. I'm actually expecting to have faced a lot of Codis's because he's so hard to deal with. So having a cheap way to kill him quickly and get him off of the board is important. Also, until he gets fully online, having the ring tempt you for the first mode to make it so that larger creatures can't block him is also useful. Not Dead After All for negative X effects on him to bring him back stronger. You'll see a little bit more of that with other cards. Thoughtseize, normal hand disruption, early plays. Undying Malice to bring him back stronger. Birds of Paradise for the ramp. Delighted Halfling to ramp into him. Ardent Scales, because half of my buff effects for Codis are 1/1 counters, as you saw. In fact, we saw a lot more of the 1/1 counters and very few of the equipments in a lot of cases. Snakeskin Veil to protect him and put a counter on him. Barrow Blade. So this one keeps catching people off guard in Brawl. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and whenever it gets into combat with another creature, that creature loses all of its abilities until end of turn. This is a great mirror breaker for the Codis match because they can't attack into my things that have the Barrow Blade on them, and they can't block my Codis with their Codis when he attacks without losing theirs, and I get to keep mine, which gets out of hand very quickly. Dragonfire Blade is a very strong power and toughness boost and protects Codis from things like Swords to Plowshares and whatnot, and like black -X targeted effects while it's attached to him, and equips for 1 mana on him, so. Trample and Lifelink, and takes away opponents' defensive abilities, like Codis is indestructible. Disdainful Stroke, because a lot of the commanders are 4-drops. Most of them, because they're all 3-color creatures, except for, there's a couple of monocolored legends in the set, and then everything else is 3-color. So, Disdainful Stroke is going to hit almost all of them because being 3-color means they only need 1 more mana in their mana cost in order to be a valid target. Plus, there are plenty of other, big flashy cards that people have to run. Also, there is no 3-color commander in this format that is not vulnerable to Flash Freeze. So, odds are you're going to have something I can counter with Flash Freeze. So, it's just a 2-mana counter that's easier on the mana base. Counterspell and Mana Drain. Just your standard counterspell package. Call the Ring for the same reason I mentioned with Golem. Golem's Bite, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Golem's Bite. But also can get me the rest of the way there on the ring, so it gives me the other abilities also. So, with number 3, that means that even if they block with indestructible creatures, they have to sacrifice them, so it gives me another way around Codis and similar cards. Cheap, straightforward interaction, same, and gets around Hexproof. And it kills opposing Codices with the negative toughness. Bristly Bill to grow our commander. Innkeeper's Talent. Ozolith. Shattered Spire. Yeah, all of these are in here for the same reason. Scavenging Ooze, because you need Graveyard Hate, as we've proven with some of the other decks. And also has the 1/1 counter synergies. Sylvan Caryatid for ramp. Terra Sunder, because we need catch-all removal. Hollow Merc Siege to give him menace and put more counters on him. Also, if I want to, I can name the other side and draw cards when I use the counters instead. Winding Constrictor for more counters, Soul Cauldron for Graveyard Hate encounters, Ramp. Huge power and toughness boost for relatively low mana investment. So I don't actually have any of the swords of nouns and other nouns on Arena. So I was debating if I wanted Fire and Ice or Body and Mind for the protection abilities to make Kotis harder to be blocked. And technically both of those are better, but I also don't want to waste mythic wild cards. Like, I already spent like 6 or 7 rare wild cards for building this deck, and none of them were essential. But yes, I do think that either not Light and Shadow, Body and Mind or Fire and Ice would be better in this slot, but only because it makes Kotis harder to be blocked because of the protection. Cold Steel Heart for ramp. Heat of the City to make Kotis unblockable and draw me cards. Swiftfoot Boots to get him online faster. I have almost no comes into play abilities of my own. I think Tishana's Tidebinder is like one of 3 in the entire deck. The other one I think is Harvester of Misery. I think there's one other one that's a creature that has a comes into play ability. But anyway, because I am not particularly vulnerable to this card, it does a lot of damage to opponents that are relying on their comes into play abilities for their cards. Kitesail Larcenist, that's the other one. Shuts down opposing creatures without taking them off of the board immediately. So if they want to use their commander, they have to sack their commander first and then recast it if I hit their commander with it. So taking away his abilities is pretty good in the mirror. Same with Tidebinder. Shuts off the triggered ability of their commander and then takes away all of its game text and works on other stuff too. Kaito, the +1 makes a creature unblockable, and then I get to draw and discard. So that's the main reason. I'm probably never using the other modes on him, except in, like, narrow corner cases. Like, he is entirely here to make Kotis unblockable. Toxic Deluge, catch-all Wrath card. That will kill opposing Kotises if I need to. Downfall for removal, Rider for removal, Mossborn Hydra for the 1/1 counter synergies, Ornery Tumblewag for 1/1 counters, Maelstrom Pulse hits everything, Putrefy hits multiple types, Successor for the 1/1 counter synergies, Awaken the Honored Dead, catch-all removal. I don't really care about the other 2 modes on it. It is entirely here for the first mode. Damnation as a Wrath, Massacre Girl, again, wins combats in the Kotis mirror, but also they have to keep blocking Kotis or they're going to lose. So I want to make sure I'm getting through like any problematic creatures that they have when I'm doing that. Mythweaver Pock because I'm playing green, and that's how you do in this format. Binding of the Old Gods, catch-all removal, and ramp, and Death Touch is not nothing. Drag to the Roots, catch-all removal. Same for Mortality Spear. Host of the Hereafter, we have so many 1/1 counter synergies, and all of the ones that add additional counters when you add counters mean that something dying with counters actually adds more counters than it had the next creature. Harvester of Misery, early on, kills opposing Kotis. Mid to late game, kills like all of the monk tokens made by the Monastery Mentor Maker, if you can catch them without a way to respond. And it will still kill the 1/1s if they don't have 2 spells in their hand, but it might catch the actual mentors and sweep up the board a little bit. And then early on it can just kill problematic 2 toughness creatures, and it's not actually a spell, so they can't counter it. They can respond to it with other things. Sabsunin, because she's incredibly powerful, and the multiple counter synergies, like the things that multiply the counters, work really well with her to just keep her always online and attacking for lethal very quickly. Virtue of Persistence, the adventure kills opposing Kotis, and the enchantment side gives you a lot of value in the mid to late game. And Skullspore Nexus, because I'm already concerned about creatures with high power, so this way if we can get Kotus up to a decent power, targeting with this will end the game immediately when he gets through. Because he already basically ends the game to begin with, so if stealing 10 cards and casting up to 10 drops wins you the game, stealing 20 cards and casting literally everything that the opponent could possibly have in their deck wins the game more so. Most of the lands are fixing, just whatever fixing lands I had available. But we do have a couple of utility lands. We have Mistrise and Boseiju, because I'm pretty sure I'm running those until the end of time in every blue and green deck, respectively, that I build in Commander. And yeah, we just have as many of the good fixing lands as I could get into the deck. And a Rogue's Passage to make Kotus unblockable. So yeah, that's the deck tech for the deck, in case you didn't want to go back and watch the other video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.